Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals.
University and West Family Stadium. Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals is on the air. 1-2, Steubenville Big Red visits the 1-2 Linsly Cadets. Alongside Tony Filberto, I'm Jack Hillgrove, coach. Big Red coming off a big win last week. Linsly coming off a tough loss. We saw both of these teams at some point during the season. This is a matchup that everybody looks forward to every year. Two of the premier programs in the Valley going at it tonight.
These are two deceiving 1-2
yes,
records. Both have played very difficult schedules. Big Red, battled those first 2 weeks, comes from behind last week. Over at St. Clairsville last week, Linsly could have won the game. So we're going to see two good football teams whose records don't indicate that.
No, they don't. These are our keys to the game tonight, presented by M&M Hardware. For the Big Red, it's establish the run game and defend the pass game. Linsly likes to throw it. For Linsly, protect the football, 4 interceptions on the season, and win the line of scrimmage. Those are our M&M Hardware keys to the game. Let's take a look at our coaches spotlight presented by the Health Plan. Two coaches that have been with their respective teams for a very long time. BJ Depew, over 20 seasons as the head coach of the Cadets, Linsly alum. Reno Suckoch, the name means what it means. The all-time winningest coach in Ohio high school football history. 52nd year as a coach, 43rd season as the head coach of the Steubenville Big Red. The Red have taken the field. The Cadets will do so in a moment. Kickoff is next from West Family Stadium at West Liberty University. Two teams that are 1-2, but as Tony mentioned, a deceiving 1-2. Should be a good game tonight. Coming up next on the Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals, Big Red and Linsly.
The Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals is sponsored by Bordas and Bordas, D. Felice Brothers Pizza, Wendy's, First Choice America Federal Credit Union, Mr. Rooter, Team Automotive.
And welcome back to West Family Stadium on the campus of West Liberty University. Just about set for kickoff as both teams and their captains meet at midfield with our official tonight, Tom Palmer. The captains for the visiting Red are number 42, Nolan Blackburn. Number 52, Ryan Bice. Number 9, Trayvon Wiggins. Number 21, Shamir Adams. And number 78, Effie Kelly. And for the homestanding Cadets, it's Braden Wade, George Mamakos, Chris Upton, Luca Trulos, and Darren McCormick as both teams meet at midfield for the coin toss. It appears that the Cadets have won the coin toss. We'll wait and hear the official word from Tom Palmer.
Won the toss is to defer.
Looks like the Cadets win the coin toss and defer, so it'll be Big Red football to start this contest. And when you look at this game on paper, Coach, you look at Big Red at 1-2, you look at Linsly 1-2, both deceiving records. Steubenville, a lot to prove tonight, because for as much as they love to run the football and predicate running the football and being dominant in the run game on offense, they haven't really had a chance to do so. Only averaging about 77 rush yards per game as a team. That's something that Steubenville wants to change tonight.
And again, that's deceiving. They got behind early. They felt they had to throw the football and had some success last week throwing the football. In the first 2 weeks, they got behind. They got in the catch-up mode. So maybe we'll see them establish that run game early and see what they can do with it.
Yeah, for Linsly offensively, you'll see something a little bit different. They throw the football and throw it a ton. 177 pass yards per game of their 242 total yards per game. The offense for the Cadets averaging 21 points tonight. Big Red again a deceiving 11.3 points per game to start this season. Both teams trying to get back to 500, get back to 2-2 as we get set for football tonight. Linsly will kick it off from right to left to a trio of return men for the Big Red. Trayvon Wiggins as well as Zaire Scurry and Colton Henderson back to return for the Big Red. And for Linsly, it'll be number 55, Joaquin Zaror, who will do the opening kickoff. Ball placed in the middle of the field at the 40-yard line, closer to the far side hash than the near side as we get set for this team mobile unit kickoff. The Cadets, black lids, black jerseys, white pants. Steubenville, red helmets, white jerseys, white pants, and we are underway. Zaror's boot will fly through the air and land at the 10-yard line, taken far side, 15, 20, 25, 30. Colton Henderson squeaking through and getting a couple of extra yards across the 35-yard line. Looked to be tackled, squeaks through for extra yardage. Good field position for the Big Red offense to start this contest.
Yeah, great field position. Fielded the ball at the 10, looked like at about the 25. We stopped, kept those legs chugging, and ball ends up at about the 37-yard line.
And that's where the football will be placed for junior quarterback Santino Haney. On the season, 40 for 60 through the air, 386 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Kajuan Bryant to his right. The Big Red offense, a check with me. A couple of other receivers out on the field. Jeremiah Hinton and Zaire Scurry to the far side of the field. Trayvon Wiggins and Najee Simon to the near side. Haney takes the shotgun snap and hands it off to Bryant. Far side, 40, 45, 50. Enough for a first down. Juice Bryant, one of our preseason Big 22 honorees, did not play in the first 2 games. Came back with a vengeance against Cardinal Mooney and will play and be featured heavily tonight. Here's the offense. Ja'Kai Lucius Munch, the fullback. Nolan Blackburn, the tight end. Kajuan Bryant, the running back. The wide receivers, you'll see a bunch of them. Scurry and Simon. Haney, the quarterback. Bo Hudson, Effie Kelly, Angelo Martello, Caden Griskovich, and Ty Kalinkowski, the Big Red offensive line. It's a gain of 12 for Bryant. And a new set of sticks, a First Choice America first down. Pass over the middle. Caught by Blackburn. And Nolan Blackburn across the 30 down to the 22-yard line, actually the 21. Pop play over the middle, and the Big Red offense is moving.
We're going to see the replay. And what you didn't see was the motion before, which drew the safety out with the motion, left the middle of the field open. Tight end runs down the seam wide open.
And the Big Red offense moving quickly down to the 21-yard line. Bryant again across the 15, down to the 12. It's a gain of 28 for Blackburn. His only reception on the season went for 24 yards. And Bryant gets positive yardage down to the 12 for a gain of just about 10 and gets a new set of sticks. Three plays, all of 10-plus yards for the Big Red. First Choice America first down. Offensively, Bryant to the outside. Bryant down to the 5, dragged down by Luca Trulos. 3 pass breakups against St. C a week ago. Brings up second down and manageable for the Big Red, again, who have been moving the ball efficiently in front of this Linsly defense. Kaio Saleme, Felix Ward, Darren McCormick, Nee Boateng, the defensive line. Hunter Trulos and Trulos, the linebacking core. Lamakos, Hartley, Justin Heckman, and Trulos featured in that backfield as well. Power eye on second down and 2 from the 5. Bryant across the goal line, and the Big Red offense, 5 plays into the contest, gets on the board first and gets on the board in a big way. It's a Laborers Local 809 touchdown for Kajuan Bryant, his second of the season.
Jack, that's that run game you're talking about. They get power eye, then the 2 lead backs, everybody's blocking down. Lead backs lead through the hole. He's going to walk into the end zone. But that's the run game you talked about. That is what Big Red is. They establish that run game. They threw a play action pass to get him down the field.
5 plays, 63 yards in just over a minute and a half, and the extra point will be tried by senior Cole Bowers, the future Army recruit, and the left-handed kicker, left-footed kicker, boots it up and through. Haney the hold, Matt Fabro the long snapper. Big Red 7, Linsly nothing. Five plays, 63 yards, a minute and 31 off the first quarter clock, capped off by a 5-yard Kajuan Bryant rushing touchdown. A Cole Bowers extra point, 7-0 Big Red. Coach, they moved it incredibly efficiently on the first drive.
Absolutely. You talked earlier about the Big Red run game. That is Big Red run game. This is how they win football games. They establish that run, make you defend it, find those receivers open in the play action passes, which they threw one coming down the field.
Cole Bowers will kick it off from left to right. The future Army cadet will give it the left-footed boot. He's on his way to head to West Point and play some football. You'll see why he's a Division I kicking prospect on this boot. It's with a left foot, and it is almost through the back of the end zone for a touchback. So Linsly will take over first down and 10 at its own 20-yard line. Senior quarterback Braden Wade will go to work. 47 for 86, 532, 2 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. We saw him last week, Coach, an incredibly talented thrower of the football.
Outstanding. You know, they went out and established the pass, made their run game work, but he can throw it. He's a big-time thrower, has some nice receivers out there, real efficient, doesn't force the football.
First down and 10 at the 20. You'll see the Cadets spread it out in the pistol. That's George Mamakos. He had a rushing touchdown last week against St. C behind Wade. Elliott Wade does the snapping. Mamakos will hand it off, met by a couple of big red linebackers, including Landon Crozier. The 5'10 junior leads this team in tackles coming into this contest. He is joined in that linebacking core by Nolan Blackburn, Kajuan Bryant, and Zaire Scurry. Up front, James Turner, Effie Kelly, and Ryan Bice are the 3-man defensive front. And in the backfield, Shamir Adams, Trayvon Wiggins, Mason Chemlorski, and Carson Simmons in that defensive backfield for the Red as well. Loss of 4. Back to the 16, second down and 14. Crozier got to them first. First team All-Ohio linebacker a season ago, and they go to the run game again, and this time Crozier as well as number 20 for the Big Red, Braden Edwards, combined on the stop. 2 negative plays present 3rd and long for this Linsly offense. Donovan Jones, the tight end, Luka Trulos, Justin Heckman, the wide receivers, Braden Wade, the quarterback, George Mamakos at running back, Upton at wide receiver as well, and then Taden Ward, Joaquin Zaror, Elliott Wade, Preston Hartley, and Julian Novacek up front. 3rd down and 15. Linsly behind the sticks, 3rd and long. Trips to the far side of the field. Wade will throw it. Has time, steps up, has to keep it, does so. Back to the 20, tries to get to that original line of scrimmage. But Blackburn and Adams, as well as Travell Swift, combined on the stop. 3 and out. This is as perfect of a start to the game for the Big Red as you could draw.
Exactly. This is a covered sack. And I have to say that Wade did the right thing. He pulled the ball down. He didn't force it, but the Big Red team made great coverage and tackled him behind the line of scrimmage.
Punting it away is Skylar Hunter. Landon Crozier takes the return into Linsly territory. Shake and bake at the 40, 35. Crozier fights his way to the 31-yard line. Met relatively quickly by this Linsly coverage unit, but Crozier shakes out of a couple of tackles, and Big Red with prime field position for their second drive of the night.
You know, we've seen some games in the past where the returner's not fielding the football and it rolls another 15 yards. Crozier, he fields the ball, and then he got another 10 yards on top, so it may make a 25-yard swing there.
First choice America first down for the Big Red. 1st and 10 at the Cadets' 32-yard line. Bunch formation to the near side. Bryant goes in motion towards the top of your screen. Haney will throw it over the middle. Crozier leaps and makes the catch at the 10. Landon Crozier flying through the air and getting down near the goal line for a 31-yard gain. Haney to Crozier, and Big Red's on the doorstep yet again.
Yeah, they're forcing some things in the secondary. Looks like they're playing some man back there. They're pulling the safety out, and with the motion, leaves the middle of the field open. Actually had 2 open coming down the middle, and made the choice, and what a great catch. And then he's fighting for the end zone, and I thought he got in.
Crozier's 6th reception of the season. He flies over the line of scrimmage and caps it off with a 1-yard rushing touchdown. And 4 minutes into this one, Big Red leads at 13-0. They've only run 7 plays.
Well, this is what Big Red's offense is. You know, they're going to make you defend that run. They're going to throw play action pass, and they're going to beat you down the field with it.
2 plays, 32 yards in 22 seconds. Crozier goes up top on the Team Automotive replay. And Cole Bauer's extra point away from making this thing a 14-0 advantage in favor of the visitors. Fabro will snap. Haney will hold for the left-footed Bowers. The kick is up, and it is through the uprights. And we will take a timeout. 8:01 to go in the first quarter. If you're a Big Red fan, you're pretty darn happy. They lead it 14-0 on the Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals. Big Red has run 7 plays, and they have 14 points on the board. A 5-play, 63-yard drive in a minute 30-plus. Made it 7-0, a two-play 32-yard drive in 22 seconds. Landon Crozier, a big-time reception, caps it off with a rushing touchdown. What's the mindset for Linsly right now? Quickly down 14-0 at home.
Well, I don't think they're going to panic because they throw the ball. They can immediately get back in the game. I think their concerns right now is what they're doing in the secondary and how Big Red is picking that apart. They're taking advantage of that man coverage. They're running that safety out and leaving seams right down the field for those two inside receivers to run wide open.
14-0. Linsly went 3 and out on its first offensive possession of the contest. Bowers another sky kick that hits the second P in the end zone to our right that spells Hilltoppers here at West Liberty University. And another touchback. Linsly 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
You know, if you're the defensive coordinator for Big Red, you sure like having a kicker like that because you know where you're going to start on defense after every kickoff.
That's Todd Philtz. Been back with the Big Red program, his alma mater for the last decade plus. New offensive coordinator for the Steubenville Big Red this season, who has put on a display to start this contest. That's Brenton Colabella. His offense with 14 points on the board. Linsly tries to come back and get on the board as well. George Mamakos fights his way up to the 25-yard line for a positive gain on a First Choice America 1st and 10. Creates a 2nd down and 5. Mamakos on the season, 18 carries, 67 rush yards, 2 touchdowns coming into tonight's ball game.
You know, in our previous game with Linsly, they come out and threw it almost the first 10 or 12 plays. Yeah, they've attempted to throw the ball once or twice in these first 2 series. So let's see if they get back to their pass game.
Out of the pistol on 2nd and 5. Wade sends Luca Trulos in motion. Low snap. Wade fields it, rolls it right. Big rush, throws, has a man, and Trulos is open near midfield and goes out of bounds. That's the kind of play that livens up the Linsly sideline. Something that you need down 2 scores. Wade to Trulos, 25 yards.
Hey, now at least they're up in midfield. We're going to see the replay. It's a straight drop back. It's flushed out, rolled to his right, and found the open receiver. Very patient back there as a quarterback. 25, more like
28 yards. This one goes into Big Red territory at the 47-yard line. 1st down and 10 at the Big Red 47, a gain of 28 from Wade to Trulos. They run the pitch play near side, but Zaire Scurry is all over the ball carrier. Scurry 7 tackles coming into the ball game. Sophomore wide receiver / outside linebacker beats the offensive line there for the Cadets.
I always felt that pitch out of the pistol is a slow developing play. With the speed of Big Red and you know the perimeter play that they have, you're going to have a hard time getting outside on them.
Scurry, the TFL, is first of the season. A loss of 4 yards. 2nd down and 14 as the Cadets regroup near midfield back at their own 49-yard line. 14-0, 2 quick scoring drives for the Big Red, and this one is the difference. Wade off his back foot, had Trulos open far side of the field, but overthrew him by a couple of yards. Trayvon Wiggins in the vicinity, the safety and coverage. 3rd down and long coming up.
It looked like the same routes that they ran on the previous connection. You know, a high-low thing. You got one defender, so you send a receiver over top and one underneath of him, and then you make your choice as the quarterback. Just overthrew him this time, which is a rarity for this quarterback.
Braden Wade, a preseason Big 22 honoree. Our DeFelice Brothers Pizza Scholar Athlete of the Week. Got a chance to chat with Braden earlier in the week. Holds several offers from Division II and Division III institutions to play quarterback at the next level. He's hit as he throws, but the pass is caught near that lead stick at the 37-yard line. The receiver for the Cadets, Tyree Smith, the freshman, logs his first reception of the 2025 campaign. It's going to be a tad short, 4th and about 1, but this is a good throw and a good catch, especially because Wade was hit as he threw.
Right, that's a follow-type route. You send one deep, one behind him, and he chose to throw the underneath route. This is 4-down territory. Linsly's going to go for it here.
A gain of about 13 and a half, maybe 13 3/4. That lead stick is the 37-yard line, the nose of the football, just shy of it. It looks like the Big Red line jumped. They did neutral zone infraction. Good job by Wade in the Linsly offense to throw off the cadence. And the Cadets get a new set of sticks. That's our official Tom Palmer. Our umpire tonight, Nick Marshall. The linesman is Greg Hall. Line judge, Brad McKinnon. The back judge is James Scragg. And the center judge tonight is Drew Simmons. That is our officiating crew tonight here at West Family Stadium. Free five down to the 34 of Steubenville, and that's where Linsly takes over. First choice America, first down and 10. Handoff to Smith out of the backfield. Smith claws his way down to the 30-yard line, met by Crozier, as well as Nolan Blackburn. Gain of about 4. Second down and 6 coming up for the Cadets.
Linsly's had a little bit of success running inside the tackles. When they tried to go outside, there's enough perimeter speed of Big Red to make the stop. But with that man-on-man blocking, you're getting a double team at the point of attack. They're having a little success. Yeah, picked up, 3.5 yards on first down.
Scoreboard says 2nd and 7. We'll call it a short 7. 7th play of the drive forthcoming for the Cadets, with 4 receivers all stacked the near side of the field. Wade looking that way. Crozier takes on Mamakos in the backfield, but Wade evades. And Braden Wade is tackled, and a flag flies at the end of the play as he's brought down by Scurry at the 28-yard line. We'll wait and see who the guilty party is, but this penalty marker was thrown, Coach, as soon as Scurry made the tackle.
Yeah, it looks like he may have tackled him high up around the neck. He may have put the hand across the face mask. Let's see what the official has to say.
Foul. Face mask. 14 right.
And Tom Palmer says the face mask against Scurry will give Linsly a free 15. Another look at it here on the Team Automotive replay. Yeah, he got him.
He got him.
Anytime you see the head turn,
right,
that's usually a telltale
not one
sign.
of those where he's trying to grab the face mask. The arm just happened to be there, and so was the face mask.
Timeout on the field, 4:43 to go first quarter. The Cadets will have the football at the Big Red 14-yard line after this Trinity Health System timeout.
Got a good thing going on. Got a good thing going on.
Back here after the Trinity Health System timeout, what were you saying?
Well, it looks like, he said it was a 15-yard penalty, but I think it was inside the 30, so it should be half the distance to the goal. So I'm not sure if he marked off 15 or half the distance to the goal, but he said it's a 15-yard penalty. So let's, I'm not sure where the start point was.
Yeah, you do the math, it should be the 15, but the ball's placed at the left hash 14-yard line. Looks like that's where the Cadets will go to work. First down and 10 at the Big Red 14-yard line, trailing it by 14. Cadets trying to get on the scoreboard. Wade out of the pistol. Under duress, throws it near side into the dirt, intended for Trulos. Wiggins in coverage. Second down coming up, 4:38 to go first.
Yeah, good coverage and good choice by the quarterback. He's going to get rid of the football. He's not going to force it in there. He's got 3 more downs, and he doesn't want to get it all at one time.
Tony Filberto, Jack Hillgrove upstairs here at West Family Stadium. The rest of our hardworking production crew spread out across the grounds here at West Family Stadium, bringing you Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals. The Cadets in the WVU Medicine Weirton Medical Center pink zone. Second down and 10 at the Big Red 14-yard line.
We've got like sideline warning.
Yeah, Tom Palmer, our official, signaling a sideline warning. Is that against the Cadets? I believe so. No, it was against Steubenville. So we get the ready for play now, and Linsly will re-huddle and go to work after the incompletion by Wade on 1st and 10. It's now 2nd down and 10. George Mamakos, the sophomore, tailback to the left of Wade in the gun. Heckman, Trulos, and Upton bunch to the near side. Wade will throw. Pass caught. Mamakos inside the 10 and down to the Big Red 8-yard line for a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd down and 4.
We'll see the replay here, just a three-step drop, stop route as we call it. He gets about 6 yards, finds the open area and turns to the quarterback. Gives you a real manageable third and about 4 in 4 down territory.
Nolan Blackburn, second on the team in tackles, and Shamir Adams, third on the team for Jacksonville in tackles, combined on the stop. 3rd down and 4. Pass out to the far side, flat, caught, but met immediately and brought to the ground by Scurry is Mamakos. Stretched that football to about the 4-yard line, which is the lead stick. I believe he is about a yard short. He is. It'll be another 4th down and 1 for the Cadets.
Nice throw, nice catch, and then he fights. He knows where the sticks are, and he just can't get there.
Place the football at the 5, that lead marker the 4, so it is 4th down and 1. James Turner, 3 TFLs, 2 sacks for Big Red on the season. Almost tipped that ball incomplete. But Linsly does get positive yardage. 4th down and 1 at the Steubenville 5.
We're down to 5 seconds on the play clock. They had a problem last week.
They did. A couple of delay of games, a couple of times where BJ DePue had to call a timeout. He does utilize one here.
Right here. Which is a good one. We're 3rd down, we're 4th down rather. We're down here knocking on the door. Let's not make a mistake. So good time for Coach DePue to call the timeout.
With 3:17 remaining in quarter number 1. Sports Friday on the go. The biggest game in the Valley, all in one place. Never miss what's happening in the night's biggest games from your smartphone on the WTOV YouTube channel. Stream it live on Fridays, 7 to 9:30-ish on the WTOV9 YouTube channel. I say ish because anytime you get Bill Phillips and Don Sloan in the room together talking about sports, they are blowing by that 9:30 off time.
Yeah, I ran into Bill this morning and we talked about that. He says, that's not work, that's fun. We're just having a good time.
Sports Friday on the go. This game featured as one of the games featured tonight, as well as several other ones across the Valley. All right, 4th down and 1. Linsly knocking on the door, down 2 scores. Wade throws, end zone, into and out of the hands of Luka Trulos. He was wide open near side of the end zone. The pass falls incomplete, and Big Red takes over on downs.
Trulos is one terrific football player, too. I feel very badly for him. Sometimes you get so wide open that the ball seems like it takes forever the ball to get there, and you lose that concentration. But he has played so well the last couple of weeks, and I'm sure he's going to make up for that sometime this evening.
Drive started at 8:01 left first quarter. 11 plays, 75 yards.
Keeps the ball away from Big Red.
So now the Steubenville offense has the long field challenge. They go power I with a bunch of big bodies up front. Santino Haney hands it off to Kajuan Bryant, far side at the 10, and out of bounds near the 11-yard line. Actually, right at the 10 is where Bryant actually stayed in bounds. The clock continues to run, so he gets a gain of about 5.
If you saw the shift in the offense, they went unbalanced. Means they brought one of the linemen over and the tight end over and the wing, so they really outnumbered Linsly to that short side of the field, and that's how they got outside on him.
Bryant gets 6 to the 11, 2nd down and 4. He'll take the handoff again, sidesteps a man at the 15, stays on his feet at the 20-25, tries to stay on his feet again, near side at the 32-yard line for another sizable gain of about 21 yards.
We'll see inside power play, isolation, makes a nice run, cut back against the grain. You watch the blocking downfield. Those linemen of Big Red, they lock on and they don't come off the block till the whistle blows.
Back-to-back carries for Bryant. 37 yards on 2 of them. First choice America, 1st down and 10 for the Red at the Steubenville 32. Jet sweep far side, Zaire Scurry through a hole 35-40. Sidesteps a man at the 45. Scurry out of bounds far sideline at the 49-yard line of Steubenville. Gain of 17, and Big Red continues to move the football.
Yeah, this is a speed game, and Big Red is showing the speed that they have. They have the capability of getting outside, making the play outside, outrunning the defense.
Gain of 6, gain of 31, gain of 17. Haney out of the shotgun, 1st and 10. Throws, pass caught by Scurry in the Linsly territory. Tackled out of bounds at the 38-yard line by Rocco Trulos. Big Red moves it into Cadets territory with 1:46 left in this first quarter. And there is a penalty marker back near midfield. So after the play, it was Felix Wurr, the senior, a personal foul penalty that will give Big Red an extra 15 after the gain into Linsly territory. And as the officials step this football off, they will place it inside the 25 at the 22-yard line, far side hash, as Big Red again continuing to knock on the door.
Sets up the Big Red. Big first and 10 at the Linsly 22.
So all in all, it's a gain of 27. Power eye look for the Red again. Wiggins and Jeremiah Hinton, the receivers at the top of your screen, far side of the field. Ja'Kai Lucius-Muntz, the fullback. That's Colton Henderson, the tailback, with a shifty carry inside the 20. Tackled inside the 15-yard line, stays in bounds to the Linsly 14. Henderson, the sophomore, came in with 14 carries for 32 yards. Saw some carries in the first couple of games. He and Landon Crozier kind of picking up the slack as Kajuan Bryant missed those first two games of the season.
At the point of attack, we had great blocking up front by that Big Red line, Kelly and Hudson. But then if you watch Henderson, once they're going to try to tackle him, he's bouncing off at defenders, got an extra 3 yards.
Bryant back in, play action fake, 2nd and 4. Haney finds a wide open Trayvon Wiggins into the end zone. Touchdown, Big Red on the boot play, 17 yards. Trayvon Wiggins, just his 2nd reception of the season, but it is the Laborers Local 809 touchdown. Big Red with 3 touchdowns in this first quarter.
You know, the play action, they faked the play. They've been running to the left. He booted out, which means the quarterback keeps the ball and rolls the other way. And the receivers are just running free underneath the secondary.
Bowers will attempt his 3rd extra point of the night. Fabro will snap. Haney will hold. It is up and it is through. It all works. 21-0 with a 1:10 left in this first quarter. Steubenville Big Red with its longest scoring drive, both by yardage and by plays. 6 plays, 95 yards in just over 2 minutes.
You know, you mentioned Fabro, Haney, the snapper and the holder. Those 3 guys have been together for the last 2-3 years, and that's sure nice as a coach to know that you got a guy that can snap it, you got a guy that can hold it, and we know you got a guy that can kick it.
Have to shout out the Phillips Kicking Academy.
Absolutely.
Your guy and mine, Bill Phillips, and his son Ian, former Steubenville standout kicker, work with dozens of area kickers up and down the Ohio Valley. Cole Bowers is one of them. When Cole came into his own and when Cole obviously signed to play Division I football, those two were pretty darn proud coaches.
Rightfully so. They've done a wonderful job with a lot of young guys here in the Ohio Valley.
21-0. 6 plays, 95 yards. Capped off by Trayvon Wiggins' first touchdown reception of the season. It goes 17 yards for Santino Haney, the quarterback, his 4th passing touchdown of the 2025 campaign as well. Bowers, the run-up and the boot, and this one will land in the end zone deeper than that second P that time.
That one was just about the short creek.
And you talk about consistency, too. He's 3 touchbacks. They've all been right around to the same spot in the end zone as well.
Absolutely. That's a talent. You put the ball in the end zone, takes so much stress off of your defense that they're starting down at the 20-yard line. What a great weapon to have.
So the 3rd time of the contest, Linsly will take over after a touchback. 1st down and 10 at their own 20-yard line with 1:10 left in this first quarter. Amakos takes the handoff and runs into stiff resistance. Crozier, Scurry, and Ryan Bice, senior defensive end, plays a little bit of offensive line as well, but really shines on the defensive side of the ball. 14 tackles this season. And the clock winds inside 1 minute. No gain on the play.
we're watching Linsly. They've run the ball a little more than we've seen them the last 2-3 weeks, and they're establishing that run and trying to keep the ball away from Big Red. You're down 3 scores. I expect them to start putting the ball in the air a little bit more.
Low snap. Wade has trouble with it. Nolan Blackburn falls on it. And Big Red with a big defensive play. Nolan Blackburn, Johnny on the spot. And they'll have first down and goal from about the 5-yard line. They'll be able to punch in potentially one more touchdown before this first quarter expires.
Yeah, just a low snap, and just wasn't able to handle it. Of course, the alert Big Red defense, they say it's a Big Red bounce. Well, sometimes you create your own bounces by being alert.
It's a little too generous with the spot of the ball. Thought it was about the 5. It is the 7-yard line. First down and goal for the Red. 24 seconds. Taking over in that WV Medicine Weirton Medical Center pink zone. Whistle and a timeout on the play. Steubenville and Reno Suckoch calls a timeout. Brenton Colabella, the offensive coordinator, looks a tad frustrated. Looked like they didn't get lined up the way the coaches wanted them to.
And then it looks like they may have broke the huddle with 12 instead of bringing them off the field, where you're going to get the penalty. They call a timeout. They can regroup. You're down here inside the 10. You don't want to get a penalty inside the 10.
Steubenville last week, a thrilling overtime victory, 27-24 over Youngstown Cardinal Mooney. It allowed Big Red to reset after 2 disappointing and frankly dominating losses to start the season. They lost 37-7 to Youngstown Ursuline, who then ended up suspending their season. And then in week 2, falling to Division IV defending state champ Indian Valley 30-0. Scheduled to play DC Dunbar week 3. Scheduling snafu on the folks from Washington, D.C. side of things. They ended up playing somebody else. Didn't come up to Steubenville. Big Red with an unexpected bye week. Turned the page, won a big game last week, and right now it looks like all of that positive momentum is paying off.
Yes, this looks like the Big Red team's of pass. Run the football, challenge you off tackle, run the stretch play outside, and throw the ball vertical.
Linsly also 1-2, losing in week 1 to Westinghouse. Last week to St. C. Their only win so far, week 2 at Brook. Zaire Scurry on first down and goal. Tries to get out to that far side edge, but a great job defensively by Matteo Larini, number 21, and Skylar Hunter, the weak side safety, combining on the stop. Only a gain of 1, second down and 6. And that will be the final play of the first quarter. It has been all Big Red. 21-0 as Steubenville leads. Will flip the field. They're knocking on the door yet again. We'll come back with second quarter action after a word from our sponsors. You're watching the Borders and Borders Friday Night Rivals live on WTOV9.
The Borders and Borders Friday Night Rivals is sponsored by WVU Medicine Reynolds Memorial Hospital, WVU Medicine Weirton Medical Center, WVU Medicine Black Lung Clinic, The Health Plan, Center of Music and Art, Rubric Financial.
It's been all Big Red so far as the second quarter begins here at West Family Stadium. 21-0. A low snap and a fumble recovery by the Red has them knocking on the door yet again. Second down and goal from the 6. Power eye look. Ja'Kai Lucius Muntz and Kajuan Bryant behind Santino Haney. It's Muntz who gets the call, and Lucius Muntz runs into Darren McCormick, Jr. with 10 tackles on the season for Linsly. No gain. He might have even lost a yard. It brings up third down and goal.
Yeah, they got the eye and they gave it to the up back. Looked like that they tried to wedge block that, but Linsly did a nice job, the defensive front of Linsly with McCormick and Ware.
It is a tackle for loss. McCormick's first of the season. A loss of 2, third down and goal back at the 8-yard line. Hinton and Simon, the receivers, far side of the field. Trayvon Wiggins in motion that way. Screen pass to Bryant. And Bryant sidesteps one defender, but is tackled at the 5-yard line. Dragged down by Kaio Salemi, number 41, brings up 4th down and goal from the 5-yard line. They can kick it. We've seen Bowers' leg in this one, but it looks like the Big Red offense will stay on the field. 4th down and goal from the Cadets 5.
Steubenville offense still on the field.
Big Red trying to make this a 4-touchdown lead. Haney. Wiggins. Touchdown, Big Red. Trayvon Wiggins, his 2nd touchdown of the night. 5 yards. Laborers Local 809 score puts the Red up 27-0. Wiggins was wide open.
Wide open. Yeah, we're going to see the replay here. It's a half roll, and we're getting some man coverage. He just outrun the defender there. They brought one down inside. Not a pick, but they brought one inside and one outside. Wide open to the receiver to the outside.
5-yard touchdown for Trayvon Wiggins. Bowers' extra point is up, and it is true. And the Cadets trail the Big Red 28-0. Timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. Steubenville up 28-0. They're all over the Cadets and this one, Linsly football, when we return. Four plays, 6 yards, a minute 54 off the game clock. 28-0. Steubenville out in front by 4 scores.
Yeah, this isn't what we expected, but everything that could have gone wrong for Linsly surely has this evening, and Big Red has taken advantage of it. It looks like that Big Red run game is back. It looks like a very good game plan that they've put together. They've run the ball. They've thrown the ball effectively. It looks like a pretty good night for Steubenville.
10:30 to go in quarter number 2. Last scoring drive only went 6 plays for the Big Red because they recovered a fumble at the Linsly 6-yard line. Bowers will keep this one on the field of play. High kick taken at the 5-yard line by Justin Heckman, who runs into a couple of Big Red kick coverage participants across the 15 and about the 17-yard line. And at that point, when you're a coach for Big Red, you can instruct the kicker like Bowers, say, hey, kick this one a little bit higher and try to pin him back a little bit further.
Right, but it looks like the result is the 20-yard line, so kicking to the end zone or kicking it in the field of play, the good coverage of Big Red keeps the ball at the 20-yard line.
Heckman on the return, it goes about 15 yards, and as Coach mentioned, Linsly takes over at its own 20-yard line. And Mr. Reuter, 1st down and 10 for B.J. Depew's Linsly Cadets. Another low snap by Elliott Wade, but Braden Wade fields it, steps up in the pocket, throws into the turf, intended for Trulos. In coverage there for Steubenville is Orlando Anderson. 2nd down and 16 for... 2nd down and 10, rather, for Linsly. Tyree Smith behind Wade in the pistol. He had a carry that went for a 1st down in the 1st quarter. Wade can't find anybody, has to keep it, does so, slides across the 25, down at about the 28, 29-yard line. Good gain for Wade of about 8 yards. Brings up a 3rd down and short.
Yeah, the secondary of Big Reds has been blanket all night. Linsly's having trouble finding open receivers. They've done a nice job defending the pass.
Third down and 2 for Linsly. Wade going under center with a jumbo package behind him. They'll turn and hand it off to Luka Trulos, but Big Red all over Trulos on the carry. Shamir Adams coming over and making the tackle for Steubenville. Only a gain of 1, 4th down and 1 for Linsly.
Looks like they're going to keep him on the field. He may try to draw him off sides, and then again, he may run the play. You're down by 4 scores. You got to make something happen, so maybe this is not a bad time.
Yeah, Linsly able to draw Big Red offsides in a similar situation in the first quarter. The offense out on the field for the Cadets. They'll snap it. Nope. And now Wade will quick kick it. Nobody back for the Big Red. This will bounce and roll and take a big-time Linsly bounce inside the 25, downed by Chris Upton at the Steubenville 21-yard line. And now Big Red will take over. 8:43 left, second quarter.
Yeah, I like the call, the quick kick. It's nice if your quarterback can punt the football. It means Big Red will have nobody back to return, and the ball got a nice roll. They're down the 21-yard line.
Big Red.
Play action. Haney. Pass is caught far side. Najee Simon, his 9th reception of the season. Quickly met by George Mamakos. Luka Trulos flying in there on a Mr. Reuter first down. Charlie Abbott in there at fullback. The play fake to Colton Henderson. That's a good throw from Haney to the outside.
He got a little bit of soft coverage, and receiver saw that, spotted him, soft turn, look right back to the quarterback.
Gain up to the 28-yard line at 7 yards. Second down and 3. Whistle on the play. Looks like there was an issue with where the football was placed. The nose of the football now behind the 28-yard line. It was ahead of it beforehand. Power eye look again. Another handoff to Henderson, who sidesteps a couple of guys, and Colton Henderson is off to the races. Henderson with a burst of speed. Colton Henderson, look at him fly. Touchdown, Big Red.
Inside isolation, fullback leads the tailback, getting the ball, man blocking, fullback blocks a linebacker, and Henderson did the rest himself.
Sidesteps one, sidesteps another, and the speedy sophomore, 72 yards for a Laborers local 8:09 touchdown. Big Red 34, Linsly nothing. Bowers extra point up and through. It's been all Big Red. 35-0. 7:53 to go, second quarter. We'll step aside. Live on WTOV9 and live streaming on our digital platforms as well. 2 plays, 79 yards, 50 seconds. 72 of the 79 on one play. Colton Henderson's first rushing touchdown of his varsity career. 72 yards. And he's fast.
He's fast, and he broke a couple of tackles inside. It's not like it was an outside play. He's a good hard runner inside, broke some tackles, and turned the speed on.
Big Red leads at 35-0, and it seems like there has just been a constant flow of succession in Big Red tailbacks. I mean, my first season in the Ohio Valley was 2021. It was Rodney James. And then it was Xavier Fulks. Then it was Jalen Minifield. Now it's Kajuan Bryant. And it looks like Colton Henderson is the next one in line.
And there's always 2 or 3 others that are pretty doggone good.
Bowers kicks it. Another touchback, is 4th of the night, and Linsly will take over at its own 20-yard line. 2 hour left. And it's now time to take a look at our DJ sales and service fan cam. Those are the Linsly students in the house tonight here at West Family Stadium. Despicable Me? Is that the theme? I think I see several minions in the crowd. At least in the front row. Yeah, definitely. I see one of those goofballs with the minion goggles on his head. That's the DJ Sales and Services fan cam. Linsly with a tremendous student section game in and game out. Wade back at his own 10-yard line is sacked by Travell Swift. Chasing and sacking the senior quarterback for the Cadets is the senior defensive tackle for Steubenville, his first sack of the season.
And we haven't seen Wade sacked many times this year. So nice pass rush, got off the blocker, made a nice job getting the sack.
Loss of 10 back to the 10. Second down and 20. Wade in the pistol again. 3 receivers near side of the field. Pass is caught. Chris Upton on the reception across the 15. Tackled out of bounds. Quintavious West, number 35. Quintavious West, the sophomore, 3 tackles and a TFL coming into the contest. Gain of 6. Third down, 14. Actually, they give him 7. We'll call it third and 13. Up to the 17-yard line. The lead stick is the 30. Wade, play action on the sweep over the middle. Pass is into a triangle of nobody. A couple of guys in the vicinity for the Cadets. Mamakos and Heckman. And Anderson in pass coverage for Big Red, 4th down.
The front of Big Red's getting a little more pressure than we've seen in the past at Linsly. They're running multiple stunts, bringing 3 at a time, maybe 1 or 2 of those backers, but they're putting a lot of pressure on the Linsly quarterback.
4th down and 14. They did call 14, not 13 on 3rd down. So 4th and 14. Skylar Hunter will punt it away from his own 5. This one looked like it was tipped. It wobbles and takes a bounce. The Big Red bounce inside the 40, down at about the 37-yard line. A couple of guys for Steubenville charging in on Hunter. I think one of them got a piece of it.
It sure looked like he got his hand up.
You can always tell by the way the ball rotates.
Right.
So I played volleyball in high school.
Oh, and it was round.
And that's one of the things when you officiate volleyball, which I had experience with.
Let's look here. Get the hand up.
Either Turner or number 31 for Steubenville. That's Charlie Abbott, one of those guys.
One of the 2.
But when you officiate volleyball, to figure out if a ball is out of bounds or it was touched, you watch the way it rotates. Because 99% of the time, when it's touched, the ball will change the way it rotates. The more you know. Do with that information as you please. 1st and 10 at 36.
Absolutely.
Little jet sweep for Zaire Scurry out of bounds, far side. Scurry, another standout on the track for Big Red, and stands out at outside linebacker and wide receiver for Steubenville. Gains 8. Second and 2 at the 27. This is a power shotgun look. Play fake. Haney throws, pass just a tad high for Jeremiah Hinton. Brings it 3rd down and short.
I thought it was a well-thrown ball, just slightly high. Could have been caught.
3rd down and 2. Good job by the Cadets pass defense and coverage there. New running back into the ball game. That's DeAndre Diddley for Steubenville, number 22. He takes the handoff on 3rd and 2, but runs into Rocco Trulos, who had quite the contest last week against St. Clairsville. 12 tackles. Now his 28th of the season. He leads Linsly in tackles coming into this game. It's a loss of 2. Backs it up to 4th and 4 to 30.
Now, we know Cole Bowers is capable of kicking the field goal from here, but I expect Steubenville to come out with their offense, which they have.
Yep, 4th and 4. Kajuan Bryant back in at tailback. He's to the left of Haney. Muntz in a 3-point stance in front of him. Penalty marker flies as Haney takes the snap from Angelo Martello.
They're going to mark it off.
False start on the red, backs him up to the 35-yard line. It'll make this a 4th down and 9, excuse me. And the Big Red offense will stay on the field. That lead stick is the Linsly 31. Hinton, Simon, Wiggins in the slot near side. Hinton at the bottom of your screen. Simon at the top of your screen. Number 12 out wide towards the right. We're going to throw it that way. And Najee Simon makes the catch, climbs the ladder, forward progress down to the 25, and got just enough for the first down. Needed 9, got 10. Good throw, good catch.
Good throw, good catch. Good awareness where the stick was.
Simon came in with 8 receptions for 69 yards. It's his second one of the night. Mr. Reuter, 1st and 10 at the 24, so they give forward progress an extra yard for Simon. Needed 9, got 11. Bryant takes the handoff. Fights his way down to the 20, still keeps those feet churning down to the 18-yard line. Luka Trulos hit him first, and then Darren McCormick had to wrap him up, but
kept those legs just churning.
Bryant, a preseason Big 22 honoree last week, 21 carries for 79 yards and a touchdown. Also had a receiving touchdown, 81 receiving yards on 4 receptions. Gain of 6 down to the 18, second down 4. Steubenville taking its time offensively. Santino Haney under center, power I. Bryant through a hole right side. Kajuan Bryant takes on a defender and gains extra yardage down to the 5-yard line. 13 yards on 2nd and 4. You saw a little bit of elusiveness and you saw some power at the end of the play. We'll check it out on the Ohio Valley Honda replay.
This is basic Big Red football. You'll see 2 double teams in and out, and the back leading through with the tailback. Power football.
First down and goal from the 5. 7th play of the drive. Lucius Munson, Bryant in the backfield, Haney under center, behind junior center Angelo Martello. Man in motion. That's Charlie, check that, Matt Fabra. They run it that way. Bryant sidesteps his way down to the 3, down to the 2 on 1st and goal. Clock winds inside 4 minutes till halftime.
He brought Fabro in motion. He's the kick-out block while everybody else is blocking down, makes a seam at the off-tackle hole we call the C-gap, and that's basic power football again.
2nd and goal from the 2. Bryant has had quite the half, as has Santino Haney. A couple of passing touchdowns to Trayvon Wiggins. Another power look. Crozier in a 3-point stance as well with Blackburn. Crozier gets the handoff, and Crozier is into the end zone. Landon Crozier, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night, puts Big Red even more on the board. 41-0. A 2-yard Laborers Local 809 touchdown, the 2nd of the night for number 11.
He gave it to the 2nd back, not to the tailback, not to the 3rd back. So the power back led the fullback into the hole. Still, again, it's the power play the Big Red runs.
8 plays, 35 yards, and about 2.5 minutes off the clock. The extra point is through the uprights. Fabro snapped it, Haney held it, Bowers kicked it, 42-0 after that Landon Crozier 2-yard touchdown run.
You know, you talked before the game, Big Red was concerned about their running game. They've probably at least matched their year's total with their rushing so far this evening. If not, they're pretty doggone close to it.
A reminder coming up after the game, it is the school bus stop of the game. Our defensive play of the night will be highlighted at the conclusion of this one. The school bus stop of the game at the conclusion here on Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals. West Family Stadium, West Liberty University. A beautiful venue, a beautiful night for football in the Ohio Valley. 8 plays, 35 yards. In 3 minutes, 36 seconds. The lefty Bowers places the football right down the middle of the field, 40-yard line to our right. It's where the team mobile unit kickoff will take place. A couple of returners back for the Cadets, Heckman and Mamakos. Check that. Yeah, Heckman and Mamakos, 6 and 5. It bounces at the goal line, live ball. Mamakos has to pick it up. Now, our official today, Tom Palmer, signals a touchback. So the football, while it looked like it landed right at the goal line, it must have landed like an inch into the end zone.
Right, because once it breaks the plane in high school football, the ball is dead. As we saw in the Steeler game.
Don't even get me started.
That we saw last week, that the ball was a live ball. But in high school football, when it breaks the goal line, it's a dead ball.
Yeah, the kickoff rules are different in the NFL. Obviously, they've been different for the last couple of years, but it's a football player's job to know the rules, understand it, and act accordingly, and that's all I have to say about that. Or else yours truly will get animated. Pass over the middle, caught.
Nice throw, nice catch.
That is Chris Upton, who bounced off a tackle momentarily and then was wrapped up at the 26-yard line. Coming up at the half, Dylan Cleland, live in Studio 9 with the Wendy's halftime show. We'll get your first half highlights of this one, so if you missed anything that transpired, Steubenville-wise, 42 points on the board. If you missed some of that, Dylan will recap it. Dylan will also take you around the valley for a couple of other games in progress as well. That's coming up at the half of this one. Another pass over the middle, caught in the open field. This time it's Justin Heckman making his way across the 40-yard line with 2:40 to go in this second quarter. Gain to the 41, enough for a first down.
Linsly has gone back to that pass game that we saw last week at St. Clairsville. That short pass game, 8, 10, 12-yard throws.
Gain of 16. Mr. Reuter first down, pass over the middle. This time it's caught again by Upton. Upton shakes out of a tackle, tries to turn it near side. Positive yardage to the 48 for about 7. And now the passing game for Linsly, grooving here on the Ohio Valley Honda replay.
They ran 2 outs with the outside, and the inside guy ran a little slant inside and got in that middle dead zone where there isn't a defender.
Nazir Burton hit Upton first. Good job by Upton to bounce off that tackle and gain a couple of extra yards. Second down and 3 coming up at the Linsly 48-yard line. It's been Upton, Heckman, and Upton. 3 receptions, 3 completions for senior quarterback Braden Wade on this drive. Clock winds, $1:42 and ticking. Mamakos in motion. Wade with time, steps up, keeps it. Wade across midfield at the 45. Wade at the 40. Wade out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Giving chase was Quintavious West. And Braden Wade does one heck of a job at assessing the field. We saw it a bunch last week. We've seen it a ton in this first half.
Watch. He doesn't get rattled. He sees that everything is covered. He's not going to force the football, and he knows that he needs time on the clock, so he gets out of bounds. Seconds are more important than yards right now.
14-yard keeper for the senior quarterback, Braden Wade. He's our DeFelice Brothers Pizza Scholar Athlete of the Week. That story ran in the news at 5:30. If you missed it, Dylan Cleland has it at halftime as well. Braden Wade, the senior DeFelice Brothers Pizza Scholar Athlete. At the 38-yard line of Steubenville, Wade stops. Wade keeps. Wade is hit, and he is sacked. Back at the 49-yard line, Wade tried and tried and tried, but could not evade Zachary Lovelace, junior defensive tackle for Steubenville. He actually plays the football back at the 46-yard line. Nonetheless, that's a sack for Lovelace, the junior, and that brings up second down and long, second down and 18.
Linsly doesn't seem to be in any big hurry right now with 55 seconds on the clock. Maybe they just want to maintain this football and take a couple of shots at the end zone from there.
Loss of 8 back to the 46-yard line. Clock at 42 seconds and ticking. Wade takes the shotgun snap, throws over the middle, into and out of the hands of number 11, Chris Upton. Incomplete. Couple of guys in the vicinity and coverage for Steubenville. One of them was number 36. That is Matt Fabro. Third down and long. Clock stops at 38 seconds. Linsly trying to manufacture points for the first time tonight. Wade, good throw. Over the middle, pass is dropped. The intended target, the tight end, Donovan Jones. West in coverage brings up fourth down. That was a well-thrown football by number 4.
Yeah, they ran 4 vertical routes straight down the field, outnumbered the defenders, and just didn't hang on to the football. It was a well-thrown ball.
4th down and 18. 46 seconds remain here in this first half. What did I say? 30? Did I say 34?
34 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You ever say something and then immediately don't remember what you say?
Yeah, if you said it wrong, I'd cover for you anyhow. So,
which I appreciate very much so. All right, 4th and 18. Tyree Smith next to Wade. They're going to go for it. Wade's got time. He's going to throw it deep down the field into the night sky. Caught in the end zone for a touchdown. Chris Upton does a tremendous job of balancing, finding the football, avoiding the defensive back. That's a 46-yard touchdown from Wade to Upton.
What a great throw and what a great catch. Look, we talk about this quarterback and his abilities. Watch his throw, but watch the catch. Because that might have been a little bit of interference even.
Nizier Burden, and even if it was, that's still pretty darn good coverage by the junior.
Coverage.
But an even better job by Upton, his first receiving touchdown of the season. The extra point will be tried by Joaquin Zaror. Upton will hold, and Heckman will snap it. But a whistle and a penalty marker far side of the field after the Laborers Local 809 touchdown. Encroachment against the red.
Now, will Linsly go for 2? Let's see. Normally, if you're going to continue to kick, you decline the penalty because it's an easier kick to get the ball on. And that might be, they think they've declined it, so they're going to bring the ball back.
Good call. 25 seconds remaining till halftime. That's a 7-play, 80-yard drive in 2 minutes and 59 seconds for the Cadets. Capped off by one heck of a throw, one heck of a catch, Braden Wade to Chris Upton. The extra point by Zaror is up and through. Upton held it. Heckman snapped it. 42-7. Linsly finally on the board in this one.
And they're going to get the ball in the second half. They deferred when they won the toss, so they get the ball in the second half.
That is correct. Steubenville got the ball to start the game and was about as efficient gets. 5 plays, 63 yards. Kajuan Bryant made it 7-0. 3 and out by Linsly. Steubenville 2 plays, 32 yards. A 31-yard reception by Crozier, plus a 1-yard touchdown by Crozier made it 14-0. Trayvon Wiggins touchdown number 1 made it 21-0 with 1:10 left first quarter. 28-0 after another Wiggins touchdown in the second. Colton Henderson 72 yards made it 35-0. Crozier's second touchdown, 3:24 left this quarter, made it 42-0. Coming up next week, Bordas and Bordas Thursday Night Lights, a Jefferson County showdown between the Red Knights of the Gem City of Toronto and the Wildcats of Edison, live on Comet next Thursday, 7 p.m. Comet, if you have Jefferson County cable, that's 25.5. If you have Xfinity, it's channel 1169. And it'll also be live streaming on our digital platforms as well. Are you doing that one?
No, I have the Friday night game.
Okay. You'll be with Rob Friday. I believe I'm doing the Thursday game.
Yeah.
But our plans change a bunch throughout the week, so who knows?
We have a great one Friday night, too, which is St. Clairsville at Wheeling Park.
Yeah.
Should be a good one.
Oh, no, I lied. I'm doing that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll be together.
Wheeling Park hosting University tonight. By the way, have you seen Brennan Wack's numbers to start the season?
He's
Our reigning Big 22 player of the year, as Burden takes the kickoff and just runs out of bounds at the 24-yard line.
If you remember, we saw him in the playoff game last year, and he just did. I mean, they didn't win the football game, but he did a lot of good things himself when they were playing Huntington.
They had almost 2,300 rushing yards and 30-plus rushing touchdowns last year, won Big 22 player of the year, and through 3 games, 725 rushing yards and 10 touchdowns.
Yep, he's a good football, and he doesn't get tired. As the game goes on, he gets stronger, he gets better. Trying
to be our first back-to-back Big 22 Player of the Year winner since Rivers Lucas Isley won it in 2016 and 2017.
Looks like Big Red's just going to take a knee and get out of the half.
You are correct. The Red will kneel on it, and kneeling on it for Steubenville was not Santino Haney. That was Carson Simmons. And we will go to the half, and it has been all Steubenville. 42-7 as both teams retreat to their respective locker rooms. The half is in the books. Again, it's Steubenville 42, Linsly 7. Dylan Cleland has the Wendy's halftime report when we come back.
The Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals is sponsored by Presley Hearing Center, West Virginia Northern Community College, Laborers Local 809, Trinity Health System, American Consolidated Natural Resources, and Ohio Valley Honda.
Alrighty, welcome back to the broadcast booth here at West Family Stadium on the campus of West Liberty University. We show you this graphic because it is 42-7, which is a 35-point differential, and a West Virginia running clock. It is a 35-point differential situation in the second half. So we should be seeing a running clock here to start the third quarter as Steubenville leads Linsly 42-7. The game only stops for an official timeout, change of possession, a team's timeout, end of a quarter after a scoring play, or any other extending delay in the ballgame. Steubenville got the football to start the game, so Cole Bowers will boot a team mobile unit kickoff from right to left to start this third quarter. Bowers' left-footed boot is going to land in the end zone for a touchback, and the Linsly offense down 42-7 takes the field. Jack Hillgrove, Tony Filberto on the field, and it looks like we will not have a running clock. It is fourth quarter, not second half. So the clock will not run in its entirety in the third quarter. If it remains a 35-point deficit, a difference, it will then run in the fourth. We have to, I mean, I feel like I get confused all the time, but when you're dealing with the OHSAA and the SSAC, 2 states, it's like, okay, well, what applies? So we apologize. There's a whole lot of Big Red in the first half, as the Bordas and Bordas scoreboard at the bottom of your screen dictates. Another low snap that Braden Wade has to fall on at his own 20-yard line.
And they've had problems in the first half with 2 or 3 low snaps. One led to a touchdown for Big Red.
Loss of 5 back at the 15-yard line. So producer Zach Medovic says if it gets to 42 in the third, then the running clock kicks in the third. So we'll keep an eye out for that. Second down and 15 at the 15. Big Red with an exclamation point to start this contest. A 5-play, 63-yard drive made it 7-0. Pass incomplete. And then they, after a Linsly 3-and-out, a 2-play drive that went 32 yards made it 14-0. So not even 4 minutes into the contest tonight, Steubenville had a 2-touchdown lead and was able to build on it from there. And it's 35-point separation between the Cadets and the Red. Incomplete pass from Wade on 2nd and 15 results in 3rd down and 15 from the 15. Wade takes the snap out of the pistol, throws it. Pass caught up near the 30-yard line. down at about the 28-yard line is Chris Upton, who has the lone touchdown of the Cadets tonight. One heck of a grab to end the second quarter to put Linsly on the board over top of Nazir Burden. Gave Linsly its only points of the night. Upton's reception there gains 13 up to the 28, 4th down and 2. Braden Wade gets the play from the near sideline as the offense remains out on the field, but potentially could quick kick it. We did see Wade do that once in the first half.
Play clock could be a problem here.
It's at 3, it's at 2, man in motion, play at 1, and BJ DePuy calls a timeout with 1 second left on the play clock. 10:27 on the game clock, third quarter. Linsly takes a timeout. We will take it with BJ DePuy and the Cadets. 42-7, 4th down and 2 for Linsly when we come back on the Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals.
Got a good thing going on. Got a good thing going on.
Not a commercial break, a Trinity Health System 15-second timeout with 10:27 left in this third quarter. 42-7 as Steubenville leads the Cadets. 4th down and 2 for Linsly coming up.
You know, Big Red in the first half put a clinic on how to move the football up and down the field. Yep. I mean, they just efficient running, efficient throwing, weren't making any mistakes. But then Linsly showed a little spark the last 4 or 5 minutes of the half.
They did. It led to a really good throw and a better catch from Braden Wade to Chris Upton for the touchdown. Rocco Trulos on the field for the Cadets. Snap caught by Wade. Couple of penalty markers fly. This will be a procedure call against Linsly and back him up 5 yards to the 23. That's Tom Palmer, our referee. Our umpire is Nick Marshall. The linesman is Greg Hall. The line judge, Brad McKinnon. Back judge, James Scragg. And the center judge tonight, Drew Simmons. That is our OHSAA officiating crew here at West Liberty University tonight. 4th down and 7 back at the 23. BJ DePuy deploys the punting unit. Skylar Hunter will kick it away. Fair catch signaled for and caught by Steubenville and Mason Chmorski. So Steubenville will take over. 1st down and 10 at the 47-yard line. And it looks like the first team offense for the Big Red will take the field. At least the first team quarterback, and that is Santino Haney. We didn't really even get a chance to talk about Santino in the first half, Coach. Pretty darn good quarterback.
He's a good one.
Waited behind a couple of good ones in Aiden Manning and then Aiden Davis. Now gets his turn. Yeah. But for as good of a football player he is, he's a better basketball player.
Well, I think he's outstanding in both sports. Has done a wonderful job running this Big Red offense.
Pass over the middle, caught by Matt Fabro. First play that we saw similar to Nolan Blackburn. Fabro at the 10, down near the 5-yard line. The second play of the game was a similar throw to a tight end. Nolan Blackburn caught that one. They come out and run pretty much the same thing, this time to number 36.
They flash the run back across to the right, brings the safety's eyes there, and they brought the tight end to the seam, straight down the field behind it. You couldn't see the safety, but he turned with the action, put his back to the inside receiver.
Matt Fabro, the senior, had 1 reception for 24 yards. That one goes 37. Power eye look, 1st and goal at the 6. Big Red looking for points 48 and 49. In the WVU Medicine Weirton Medical Center pink zone. Bryant muscles his way down near the goal line, met first by Felix Wurr, and then wrapped up by Rocco Trulos. Preston Hartley charging in there as well. Gain down to the 1-yard line, a gain of 5.
Big Red is awfully good tackle to tackle. They block up front, and those backs are great blocking backs also. So they're running that inside isolation, that inside power game anytime they're getting down to the goal line, and they've been very effective with it.
Placed the football at the 2. It's a 4-yard gain for Bryant. Ja'Kai Lucius-Monts goes in motion left to right. Bryant takes the handoff, met quickly by Rocco Trulos and dragged down by a couple of more cadets. But Bryant muscles his way for about a yard and into the end zone for a touchdown. Kai Jawan Bryant did not quit.
He was hit at about the 2 and just kept churning, and a lot of push from his teammates, and got into the end zone.
Another look at it on the team automotive replay. Charlie Abbott lead blocking as well. Bryant
getting out of that tackle. We're getting a lot of push.
And fights his way in.
Fights his way into the end zone.
New kicker into the ball game for Steubenville. That's Chase Bell, freshman, 5'8", 140 pounds, and number 32 boots through the extra point and gets a hug from his holder, Santino Haney. Laborers Local 809 touchdown makes it 49-7. Big Red still grooving. 3 plays, 53 yards, capped off by a Kajuan Bryant 2-yard touchdown tote. 3 minutes and 48 seconds off the clock. Big Red 49, Linsly 7, and we have confirmed that the clock will run now with a 42-point difference between both squads in the third quarter. As you see that clock ticking, 8:40 and winding. So if Linsly able to get this back to 35 before the third quarter expires, then the clock will stop. As we get to the fourth quarter, it's then 35.
Continue.
A new kickoff man into the game for Steubenville. Cole Bowers getting the rest in the second half. Chase Bell booted through the extra point. Landon Bowers, the younger brother of Cole, kicks this one to the Linsly 2. Taken by Heckman at the 15-20. And Heckman charges his way up to the 20, perhaps 21-yard line on the team mobile unit kickoff return. Linsly goes back to work with a running clock.
Cole Anderson on the stop of Big Red.
First choice America, first down and 10.
First and 10, Linsly, ball just inside, they're running 21.
At the 21-yard line. Snap, handoff. Running with the football up near the 25-yard line for the Cadets. New ball carrier into the game for Linsly. That is number 24 for the Cadets, Xavier Ruiz. Gets forward progress to the 26. Gain of 5. Ruiz, the 5'8" sophomore, takes another pitch, but is brought down in the backfield, back near the 20-yard line. Tackled on the play by Steubenville and number 60, Cleveland King, sophomore defensive lineman. Good penetration on the team automotive replay.
Absolutely, and that's that toss play we talked about earlier. Takes a little time to develop, and the speed of Steubenville, you're going to have a hard time getting perimeter.
Third down and 10 back at the 20, more like third down and 11. That lead stick is the 31. Wade out of the shotgun takes the snap, steps up, avoids a hit, throws, passes caught, and then dropped by Mamakos. Incomplete. Fourth down. A couple of Big Red pass rushers on the play as well. Demetrius Benjamin and then Carson Simmons in the backfield.
We're seeing a lot of new faces on the Big Red football team right now.
Got a punt formation.
Skylar King kicks it away. It's end over end and takes a Steubenville bounce. This is a short one, then a Linsly bounce across the 30 and out of bounds near the 35-yard line. And we will take a commercial break. 5:20 and ticking, 49-7. Steubenville on top. All right, we're back. 49-7. Steubenville takes over at the Linsly 35, and a ton of new faces into the ball game for the Red, and includes quarterback number 15, Carson Simmons, who's under center. He'll turn and he'll hand it off. Handing it off to DeAndre Diddley, who gains yardage down to the 31-yard line for about 4.
Dan Butler on the stop.
Second down and 6 to the 31. Couple of new faces, several new faces. Diddley, the ball carrier. We also have Quanell Harper into the contest. Kyler Snyder, A.J. Borsch, and several new offensive linemen into the contest as well. Borsch, now a sophomore, a freshman contributor in Fred Hetherington's final season as the Big Red baseball coach. Borsch came on late in the season. He's a pretty darn good pitcher and has quite the future in that as well at the varsity level as far as baseball is concerned. Second down. Handoff. Diddley, who comes near side and runs into several cadets, including Dom Fato, number 10. Brings up third down. No gain, third down and 6.
Dom Fato is only a sophomore, a pretty good football player. He's got pretty good bloodlines coming from Steubenville. His grandfather's Tom Fato, who's an All-American out here at West Liberty and a Hall of Famer.
Fato contributed on special teams, couple of key tackles last week against St. Clairsville. Third down and 6. Diddley through a hole. Diddley first down across the 25, down to the 22 for DeAndre Diddley. Senior tailback, 5'7", 167 pounds, gets his name into the stat column. Gain of 8 to the 23.
It's so impressive, the number of tailbacks that Big Red can shuffle into the football game, and you think you're not missing a step on any of them.
Carson Simmons into the ball game at quarterback under center. Diddley the lone setback. Quanell Harper in motion. Check that. That's not number 22. That is Dijon West, junior, number 27 with the ball carry. Inside the 20, down to about the 19 for a 3.5, 4-yard gain.
West, the ball carrier. Ball carrier on the stop for the cadet.
They give him 3 to the 20, second down and 7. Clock continuing to wind with the running clock, and a 42-point advantage for Big Red. 2:25 here in the third quarter.
Ball second and 6.
Another carry for West.
When they bring new faces onto the field, they seem like they're just as efficient as when the first guys are there. So, you know, these guys are getting a lot of rep time in practice. The coaches have done a great job preparing them for their time in the game.
It's a first down to the Linsly 13-yard line, a gain of 7 on 2nd and 7. Needed the exact yardage he got. Minute 28 and ticking in the third. West behind Borsch, who's behind Simmons. Bounces off of one tackler and then runs into a couple of cadets, including George Mamakos, as well as Griffin Hendershot. Minimal gain, perhaps 1, if anything. Second down and 9. No gain to the 13, so 2nd and 10. We're under a minute here in the third. Steubenville on its way to a 2-2 mark. DeAndre Diddley back into the ball game behind Simmons. Diddley the handoff, charging through there, and tackling him immediately is David Popper, number 81 with the stop. No gain Third down, forthcoming. Big Red started 0-2, and in case you didn't know how good of a football program Big Red has been for a very long time, the last time that Steubenville started 0-2, Dwight D. Eisenhower won the 1956 election over Adlai Stevenson. 1956, the last time Big Red started 0-2. Third quarter complete, the final 12 when we come back. It's been all Big Red, 49-7.
The Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals is sponsored by RC Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local 495, Window World, M&M Hardware, D&J Sales and Service.
Back here for the final 12 minutes. Steubenville knocking on the door yet again, up 49-7. Third down and 10 from the Linsly 13. Diddley takes the handoff. Diddley grinds his way inside the 10 down to the 6 for a gain of 7 yards. And it brings up fourth down.
No, I like these new linemen that Big Red have in. You can see that when they lock on and they block, they stay with their blocks. I saw Nico Davis, 61, made a nice block there on the left side.
Fourth down 5 from the 6. Big Red will go for it. Play clock at 3. Penalty markers fly. And this will be a procedure call against Steubenville. And Coach, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that is the first false start against Steubenville all night.
I think you're absolutely right. And that's what we talked about. They've been so efficient. They've been effective running and throwing, but they've managed the game so well, not making mistakes to hurt themselves.
Backs it up to the 11-yard line. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It started with 5:21 left in the third. Lead stick, the 2-yard line. Fourth down and 10. Simmons will keep it. Play action. Carson Simmons runs into a couple of cadets, including the first man to hit him, Sam Bossert. Felix Werr coming in to wrap it up. Turnover on downs. Linsly will take over. Clock stops with a change of possession at 10:47. Reminder after the game, the school bus stop of the game. It'll be our defensive play of the night. Again, that's called the school bus stop of the game, so be sure to tune in for the post-game festivities, and that will be included. We will also name our RC Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram player of the game in this one as well. First down and 10 at their own 12-yard line. New quarterback into the game for the Cadets as well. That is number 12, and that is senior, Landon Cottrell. 6'4", 180 pounds. Mason Chmielowski with the stop. Up to the 19-yard line. Second down and 4. On the carry for Linsly on that last play is Xavier Ruiz Macaro. He is behind Cottrell in the pistol. And Ruiz will take the handoff yet again. Spins, charges his way, and dives near the 20-yard line.
Third and very manageable. 3rd and 2.5, short 3.
Third down and 3 for the Cadets. 9:20 to go in this one. Next week, Linsly heads on the road, Tuscarawas County. Woody Hayes Quaker Stadium, New Philadelphia will host Linsly next week. They have a bye week on October the 3rd. They then travel to Barnesville on the 10th, hosting Dover on the 17th, travel to Parkersburg South on October 24th, take on Kiski November 1st, and wrap up the season against Huntington on November 8th. Third down and 3, pass incomplete. Simmons in coverage. Fourth down and 3 coming up. it looks like the Linsly punting unit will take the field.
I love to watch Coach Reno's intensity. You got a 42-point lead, and he's coaching the game like it's 7-7, and that's the way you're supposed to coach the game.
You ever see the old clips of when Lane Kiffin was Nick Saban's offensive coordinator?
No.
And they were up like by 50 against Vanderbilt, and late in the game, the offense did something that Saban didn't like. He's still laying into his coaches and his players. Good programs. There's a formula to that.
That's correct. Yeah, you coach it whether you're ahead by 40 or behind by 40. You coach it the same way. It's just as important either way.
The Steubenville return goes to the Linsly 45-yard line. Big Red offense yet to take the field. Still trying to figure out what they need to figure out the personnel-wise. The play clock's winding, 17 seconds. Big Red's going to have to call a timeout, it looks like.
They're hustling to the line.
They're not going to burn the timeout. Play clock at 3, play clock at 2, play clock.
Got it off, it looks like.
And they did. Simmons hands it off to Deshaun West, who takes it to about the 41-yard line. Steubenville next week hits the road yet again. Take on Dover. So both of these teams head to Tuscarawas County. The other thing that I always found very fascinating about this area and in the coverage area, when I came here 5 years ago, as Simmons keeps, and Simmons gets a first down, or not near that first down, I should say, across the 40-yard line, it'll be about a 3rd and 2. Two of the oldest rivalries in the state of Ohio reside in the Wheeling-Steubenville television market. You've got the battle for Sparky, Belair and Martins Ferry, and I believe Dover and New Philadelphia is even older than that. So and there's a lot to be said about, the way that these program schedules look year in and year out. It seems like there's less local matchups between local teams every year, but you still have some pretty darn long and bitter rivalries.
And that's what I believe high school football is about. Wellsville playing Toronto,
Yep.
We're playing Brook, Wheeling Park, John Marshall. That's and I hope we never get away from those local rivalries, because I know we schedule a lot of times because of state playoffs and so on. But local rivalries are so important to high school athletics.
A couple of more local games for Steubenville on the schedule. Again, Dover next week, and then Wheeling Park moved to week 10 for Big Red. We will televise that matchup on October 24th at Harding Stadium. 4th down and 1. A little tush-push. And Carson Simmons stays on his feet. Needed 1 and got like 15. Inside the 20-yard line down to the 19-yard line.
I think everyone's calling that push-push now, and it's kind of a pretty interesting rule.
18 yards.
Down to the 19-yard line. Needed 1, got 15. A new set of sticks. 1st and 10 for the Red. Down to the 19-yard line. 4:47 and ticking. Big Red line continuing to push. And then Simmons gets extra yardage down to the 10.
Gunnar Glasser got the tackle, number 73. Only a freshman.
So got 8 actually to the 11. 2nd down and 2. 4:14 remaining. Simmons heads to the far sideline to get the play call. Trots back with 16 seconds and ticking on the play clock. Snyder and Coldonado, the receivers on the play, and bouncing it out to the outside is DeAndre Diddley for the Steubenville Big Red touchdown, 55-7. Diddley into the end zone. The Laborers local 809 score, 11 yards. Another look at it here. A good block on the play, the fullback in, Quinnell Harper.
What a good run. He started down inside, bounced it outside, had nothing but grass in front of him.
And Steubenville will keep the offense out on the field and will try a 2-point conversion after the Laborers local 809 touchdown. Jumbo package. They're going to try and push Simmons into the end zone from 2 yards. It worked. Nope, they're actually going to snap the football and take a knee on the 2-point conversion. So it is 55-7, and we'll step aside. 3 minutes and ticking when we come back. We're back. 2:51 to go in this one. Linsly will take the football. Big Red 55. Linsly 7. If you're joining us on Facebook or YouTube or our website, we appreciate your viewership. If you're at home watching us on WTOV9, appreciate you tuning us in that way as well. If you're just joining us, it's been a lot of Big Red, and the first team offense, Tony, did what it needed to, frankly. Again, Big Red, a couple of lackluster performances to start the season against two really good teams, and it seems like the Big Red offense in the run game more particularly found its identity yet again tonight. Kajuan Bryant, Landon Crozier, Colton Henderson with a very long touchdown, and Santino Haney did what he had to do as the quarterback, kept the trains running on time.
The identity for Big Red for years was shown tonight. You run the football, you establish that good power game, you utilize your speed outside, and throw play-action passes down the field. It's exactly what they did this evening.
Gino DePasquale with the T-Mobile unit kickoff return out of bounds. And the football will be placed at the Linsly 17-yard line. Landon Bowers on the kickoff for Steubenville. Landon Cottrell into the game at quarterback for Linsly, was out there for the last drive. Cottrell, the 6'4", 180-pound senior. Blaze Holt on the carry for the Cadets. 5'11" freshman gets into the stat column with a carry up to the 20-yard line. There's the DJ Sales and Service fan cam. The Big Red Band with one heck of a performance in the half, featured in my 6 o'clock live hit as well. There they are on the DJ Sales and Services band cam. Gain of 3 up to the 20, 2nd down and 7 for the Cadets. Holt next to Cottrell in the shotgun. Cottrell will throw it. Far side flat pass is caught. Dom Fato across the 27-yard line up to the 28. That should be good enough for a first down as the game clock winds inside a minute. A.J. Borsch forced them out of bounds. Couple of more plays, and this one will be history as Big Red leads it 55-7, 30 seconds away from win number 2 on the season. Cottrell throws, Rocco Trullos catches, breaks it tackle momentarily, and then fights his way up near the 30-yard line. Quinnell Harper on the stop. 15 seconds. Will Linsly run another play? Looks like they're going to try to. Cottrell was 6'5". Don't think they're going to get this one off, and they will not. Steubenville travels south and comes away with a win. 55-7, the final score. Big Red advances to 2-2. Linsly falls to 1-3. We will wrap this one up when we come back on the Bordis and Bordis Friday Night Rivals. Big Red going home happy. 55-7, the final score here at West Family Stadium and West Liberty University. Steubenville now 2-2 on the season. Linsly falls to 1-3. It's time now to take a look at our RC Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram player of the game. We could have went in a multitude of different directions. We're going with the Big Red quarterback, junior Santino Haney. A couple of passing touchdowns to Trayvon Wiggins. And ultimately, Coach, keeping the trains on time, no turnovers, and led an incredibly efficient and effective Big Red offense tonight.
In this kind of offense, your quarterback doesn't have to win it. They have to give the rest of the guys the opportunity to win it. He just leads the way, and he did a great job this evening.
Again, a couple of passing touchdowns, a couple of really good throws. Trayvon Wiggins, a pair of passing touchdown receptions. Landon Crozier, a couple of touchdowns. Kajuan Bryant. Again, a lot to be happy about tonight if you're Big Red. Guys contributing all over the place, and they go home happy with a 55-7 victory. We're going to take one more break, and we'll come back and wrap it up once more.
This is the school bus stop of the game. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
And it came early for Steubenville, and it set the tone. Travell Swift and like 5 other Big Red players, Nolan Blackburn, Shamir Adams, Landon Crozier, a couple of plays for him early on that could have been our school bus stop of the game, but it comes on 3rd down after Big Red scored quickly. They force a 3-and-out with this play, and it truly set the tone after an effective scoring drive to start the game as well. So Swift and company with the school bus stop of the game for Steubenville, 55-7. Big Red now 2-2. Coach, your final thoughts?
I thought Big Red got back into their groove. You know, there were some doubts about Big Red, but they played some great teams early. They established that running game, the vertical passing game. They made no mental mistakes. I think they had 2 penalties in the whole game, a face mask and 1 movement penalty. So they did an outstanding job this evening.
Steubenville now 2-2. They hit the road next week to take on Dover at Dover. Linsly now 1-3. They head to Tuscarawas County as well next Friday night against New Philadelphia. For my broadcast partner, Tony Filberto, our producer-director, Zach Medovic, and the rest of our hard-working production crew at WTOV9, I'm Jack Hillgrove, repeating the final score. Steubenville 55, Linsly 7. So long from West Liberty and West Family Stadium. Good night.